But I understand, and I read from the press reports, Director Clapper, that you talked about the furloughs and about the shutdown and the negative impact that's having on the intelligence services, and I certainly get that. As you're aware, 2 days ago, we passed through legislation quickly, very quickly, unanimously, to protect the military from this shutdown. Have you recommended to the President that he recommend to the Congress that we do something similar for the intelligence services? If this is, as you put it, a dreamland for our enemy here, wouldn't that be appropriate?
I certainly think it would be, and of course, the support to the military, particularly in the case of DoD, involves 3 combat support agencies, one of which is NSA,
right.
Who are, although funded in the National Intelligence Program, are providing support to the military day in and day out. So I would be a strong supporter.
With respect to the shutdown, I think the testimony that the two of you have provided today is deeply disturbing. That 70% of the civilian intelligence force has been furloughed is reason for concern to everyone, and I very much agree with Senator Lindsey Graham, who observed that the person who should be most out front correcting this is our Commander-in-Chief. And I don't believe President Obama should be playing politics with this. He shouldn't be refusing to negotiate or compromise. He should be stepping forward to correct this problem right now. As Senator Flake noticed, this week we saw what Congress can do when there's bipartisan cooperation to address a need. Namely, earlier this week, the United States Senate unanimously passed legislation that the House had already passed to fund the men and women of our military. It was the right thing to do. I took to the Senate floor to commend Majority Leader Harry Reid for not objecting to that legislation, for agreeing not to hold the men and women of our military hostage, regardless of what happens in this government shutdown. Director Clapper has presented a recommendation here to this committee today that the intelligence community needs to be funded. And I've heard the concerns raised by my friend Senator Klobuchar, my friend Senator Coons. I hope we can see bipartisan cooperation today. Republicans and Democrats in the Senate agree to come together today to pass a clean continuing resolution funding the Department of Defense and our intelligence communities. If the Senate cooperates, we could get this passed by the end of the day. We could respond to the national security threat these two gentlemen have laid out, and the only impediment to doing so is the prospect that Majority Leader Harry Reid would object to doing so. If, God forbid, we see an attack on the United States because the intelligence community was not adequately funded, every member of this committee would be horrified. So I hope that issues of partisan politics can be set aside and we can all come together and pass right now, by the end of the day, a continuing resolution to fully fund the Department of Defense and the intelligence community. I hope President Obama, I hope Majority Leader Harry Reid hear and respond to the candid and heartfelt recommendation, Director Clapper, that you presented here today.